Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Faiz here, and in this podcast interview, we're gonna share a very unique experience. Yes, I'm doing all these podcasts to share people's experiences, and today we have Dave Sharma in the house. He is a very talented guy. He came to New Zealand when he was just 18, and he did his post graduation in business management. While he was doing these studies, he worked different odd jobs, which also includes working in Kiwi farms. So far, he has done three different businesses. Now he is starting off with a new startup, and he's gonna explain it all about that. His mission is to help the people who are less privileged and want to do something in their life and have a vision. Hey, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for making some time over here today. And I'm really happy that you're here on the podcast. Let me tell you this. This is my first podcast I'm doing on site with a person sitting here. So if there is any nervousness or if there is anything odd, even to my audiences, this is the first podcast I'm sitting with in person and doing an interview. So please excuse all the mistakes that I'm going to make in this video. But yes. Dave, your journey, all right? So it's a very exciting journey. And can you share a little bit more about your childhood in a small Indian village and what inspired your dreams growing up?
Thank you so much for wonderful introduction. And while in the childhood, it's the same childhood like we have in the village. So I think I was always inspired by my dad.
Right.
So he's a self-made man. So he didn't get anything. He was not privileged enough to get anything from his father. So even the land to build his own house, he bought on his own.
Okay.
So he started everything from zero, where he didn't carry anything from the father. And then he built on his own businesses. He's a farmer.
Right.
And so what inspired me, because as a farmer, he was not limited to what he can do, even being a farmer. So I used to see that the other kids' parents, when they're going to jobs, daily jobs, but my father, he's in the farms, but he has flexibility of time spending with us.
Yeah.
So if I needed my father to be in the school, he could be in the school anytime.
Yeah.
He had that flexibility running his own farm business. So he ran the farming as a business. So he didn't run the farming as a farmer.
Yeah.
So even expanded beyond his limits. So at one stage, he was in our village. He was one of the farmer with the biggest land area. So that inspired me, that how much flexibility comes in the business. That when you're doing a business, you can expand as much as you want to expand.
True.
And you still have the flexibility to stay with your family when they need you.
Yeah.
But even though there is stressful moments, like in the middle of the night, he needs to go to the farm and attend to any emergency. And then in the morning, then maybe he needs to wake up early, like 4 o'clock, and then he still need to go to the farms. It comes with that.
Yeah.
So I never dreamt of doing a job from very young age. If I remember, my memory serves me right, maybe from 10 years old, I can remember my father would say that, oh, I'm making you educated, so you do some, you do some better job, not farming. But I, from inside, never wanted to do a job. There's nothing wrong doing a job and having a career. But me, I was seeing my father, and then seeing other kids' fathers. So that inspired me. And then my father. I always say that when you are a kid, whatever your parents talk, even though they are not talking to you, they're talking to among each other. You listen to them. And then that some stuff will get stuck to your mind, and then you carry it over. So my father, somebody told my father when he was doing so much farming, big land, and then they said that, oh, it's too much risk. Why you shouldn't do this much farming? Because he didn't have his own land, so he was renting. So renting a big land, that means there's too much risk of the money. Maybe it rains one season and then he will just lose everything that he has built so far. So I remember that he told that person that the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So he said that if I am doing it, why not do it on the bigger scale? So it got stuck with me from childhood.
While we are talking so much about farming, just for the listeners, would you say what are the risks involved while doing farming on a rental land?
Actually, the biggest risk is that you don't have any backup. So that everything so in the renting farming, I don't know so much about it, but the money goes in advance.
Yeah.
You already paid it.
Yeah.
So in case something goes wrong with the crop,
Yeah.
Some disease happens. It happens, rain happens during the harvesting season, or there's sudden fire.
Yeah.
So you lose everything.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Just for the listeners, like, so that they know. Like,
Yeah.
what
So I think that's the biggest risk.
Yeah.
You have everything on the stake.
What motivated you to leave everything behind and come to New Zealand when you were just 18 years old, and how it has shaped your life?
So I actually all my successes that I have achieved, or all my paths that I have moved on to, it's basically piled on some failures that I have in my life. So even in my decision that coming to here, I failed my exam in the 12th, so I won't be able to get admission into a good college after that. But I passed because of the optional subject that we had.
Right.
One of my friend, he was the one who wanted to go abroad, and then he told me that, oh, let's go abroad. So I tell you again, the failure that we applied for the visa for UK.
All right.
But during around 2010, the colleges were in UK were getting blacklisted.
Oh, okay.
So the visa that we applied for the college, it got blacklisted.
Right.
But my friend's passport was already submitted in the immigration, so he got stuck. But my passport was still with me.
Right.
And then they suggested, oh, why don't you go to New Zealand? Okay. So I came here. So basically, it's but I am very happy that accidentally I came to one of the most beautiful country in the world. Yeah, actually, it's similar kind of story. I was planning for going to Canada, and then it was quite expensive, and New Zealand was not that expensive. So I was like, okay, why not New Zealand? All right. Don't know what it is, but but it's a beautiful country. I 100% agree with that. Beautiful country, beautiful people. It's so much nature. Amazing. Yeah, and so many possibilities. Yeah, exactly. You can do a lot here. Yeah, exactly. No, that's amazing. All right, so we're gonna talk about overcoming challenges. Challenges, we love challenges, right? Starting from scratch, working on a Kiwi farm must have been a tough start. How did you stay motivated during these early days? Actually, at that time when I was 18, I came here. I was so if you have heard the story that if you put a frog in a well, that frog thinks that that's the whole life it is. There's nothing outside it. So basically, I was like that frog who was in the well. So I thought that there's no life outside the farms. Yeah. So I would like to share one thing with you that I share also with my brother, sister, my siblings, and then I learned it recently. Yeah. So imagine that this room has curtains. Okay. And then we think that this is the life. Yeah. Within these curtains. Yeah. In the life, it's all about lifting the curtains and expanding that curtains. Yeah. So the more you lift the curtains, the bigger the area becomes. Yeah. And then you see that, oh, okay, so there is more life. Yeah. So then you can keep lifting your curtains, and then this is how I have lifted curtains for myself. Yeah. But now I can help my brother and sister lifting their curtains. It gets easier because you have taken that hard step of exploring stuff and taking the risk. Yeah. And then it gets easier for your siblings because you're just gonna pass it on. Yeah. So if you have someone who has lifted those curtains and can tell you that what exactly is behind these curtains, so you know that there's nothing unexpected. Yeah. So you can lift those curtains and comfortably go and expand your vision. So it's about Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm making my podcast. Is lifting the curtains, I would say, in your word. Yeah. Because I want people to know what are the possibilities. Yeah. And there's a lot of podcasts I see. There are a lot of people who make podcasts for very famous and very top rich guys. But I'm not about that. I'm not about a common man. Yeah. How they have shaped their life. Yeah. So that time during I was working in the farm, so I didn't have anyone for me to lift my curtains. Yeah. So I was still thinking that that's my life around those curtains. But we do it ourselves, right? Like you did it yourself. I did it myself after that. No one would come to do that for you. Yeah. You have to do it yourself. Yes. You have to do it yourself, or you either have, like, for example, for my siblings, I can do that for them. Oh, yeah. I'm doing them because recently they moved to UK. Both of them, nice. My brother and sister, they both are in UK for the last couple of years. Nice. So I lifted those curtains that I learned. I lifted myself in 7 to 8 years. Right. I could lift for them within 1 year. Oh, yes. Yeah. So that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So about facing barriers.
Mhm.
All right. Moving. Sorry. What were some of the biggest cultural, financial, or personal challenges you faced as a young migrant, and how do you overcome them? We all come here as a migrant, and we have our own challenges. So we would like to know, so that our listeners who are wanting to come to New Zealand, or they want to go to any part of the country, of the world, not the country but the world, they can get something out of your experience, and they can use it in their life. Yeah. Well, how would you share it?
Cultural and financial, you mentioned.
Yes.
Financial is, it's a mindset.
Yeah.
You have to have the reasons to come or go abroad or for coming here.
Yeah.
We don't only come here for money. That's the first thing we need to understand. That's the first thing I made my siblings understand when they went to UK, that you are not going there just for money. Money is byproduct. We're going there. One thing you need to understand, that once we move to these countries, because we know that the life is tough in India. So many people are struggling for their survivals every day. So many people barely make their survivals when they are in India. Once we move to these countries, survival is not an issue.
True.
You will survive here. You can work on a subway
Anyway,
and survive rest of your life with that. You can work on a hotel receptionist, you can work on a cleaning job, you can do a taxi job, you can do Uber, you can do whatever you want to do, but you will survive forever here. So the issue is not only just survival. Financial is just a mindset. So financial, for me, the culture, what I because I've been telling my siblings, culture that we need to, when you come here on the student visa, the very first thing you should do, forget about saving money in your student visa, because you're only allowed to work 20 hours.
20 hours,
How much money you can save?
Exactly.
Imagine that you're working 20 hours on a minimum wage. You will be making after tax around 400. You will have rent, groceries, everything. Maybe you manage to save $100 per week. Let's assume. So $100 per week is in 52 weeks. You're only saving $5,000 in 1 year.
1 year.
Not more than $5,000. And you will also spend on so many other things.
Exactly.
So rather, and then once you go on a full-time job, you will save that money in 1 month.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So in that stage, you should spend that money to experience the culture. It's very important that we need to know the culture. We are coming from a very total different culture, but when we come here, we should learn the culture here.
And that's exactly the time you have.
That's exactly the time you have, because you're only working 20 hours. You're going to your college, and then you have your free space, free time. You don't have any responsibility unless you're coming with your partner and kids. But like most of the students, they won't come with their partners and kids. So in that time, you should go out, explore. I told my siblings that go out, sit on a cafe, just sit there, buy a coffee, go watch movies, go sit on the beach, see what people are doing, because it's very important for us to know what the culture is here, how people behave. So we adapt, and then we learn to live in that culture, and that's the only time we can admire it. That's the only time we can be thankful to that. Okay, so this is where we are. That's the beauty, is not just in the country's beauty. Beauty is in the people. Beauty is in the culture. How beautiful the culture is. We don't need to. Culture is not something that we need to live our own. It's values. It's not culture. Culture is that built by the community. The values are that we learned from families. We don't need to change our values to the people's value, but we will once we go out. So I would say that we should actually go out, mingle, see people. Simple as just go in a cafe, buy $5 coffee, and then sit and then see. When you're student, especially when you're new to the country, it's very important we learn. And financial is not an issue, as I said that. Survival is not an issue in these countries.
I mean, in these countries, you have a lot of different apps. Like one of the famous is Meetup, that is in worldwide, and then there are a lot of free events and stuff happening, and you can go and meet.
Just people. Go join that.
Yeah, just go join there.
So you will learn, meet more people.
Yeah, like just one of these where you speak as leaders and.
For the Toastmasters.
Toastmasters, exactly.
Toastmasters. Oh, very good. Toastmasters is wonderful. I told my siblings also. Go join Toast. Joining the Toastmaster is not just being a speaker. You are meeting so many different people from different backgrounds, different industries. So you're building a network. They will help you get a better job.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because you know more people. You can tell them that this is where I am at stage of my life.
Yeah.
So that's a community.
Right.
They want to help everyone who belongs there, not just in the speaking, but everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on and ask you about moving from farm work to a professional career in hotels is a significant leap, right? You did the farm work, which is like, I'm sure that is most likely out of Auckland, and then all the hotels are in Auckland, or the main hub for the hotels in New Zealand is mainly Auckland, and then the second one is probably Queenstown.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, like, it's a significant leap, right? Like, it's a huge change. What mindset or steps help you to make that transition?
So I would it's a mindset thing. It's thanks to my wife now, my girlfriend those days. She's the one who helped me change my mindset. Because I was still, I didn't explore the culture. I was still stuck with the same group of Indian students and Indian friends. So our brain can only think and suggest the things that we hear, or we listen, we watch, or people tell us. Our brain can't tell us beyond that. If we want to go to Auckland City Centre, our brain will lead to Auckland City Centre. If we want to go to Manukau Mall, our brain will lead to Manukau Mall. So we can't go anywhere else. So my wife now, she played a very good role in that. She showed me that, okay, I was still stuck in that. Oh, how can I get job in the takeaway? How can I get job in Indian restaurant? How can I pay someone to give me work visa or all those things? So my wife, girlfriend, she showed me that there is more. She lifted that curtain for me, so I could see more possibilities. And then I went for the interviews and I got job.
Absolutely. Like I always say,
and I was hired in one of the best hotel in Auckland. My very first job.
What was the name of it?
Mercure Hotel. That's Accor Properties in the city center, 5-star hotel. So that was my very first job that I landed. Straight from farms to 5-star hotel.
Nice. That's very well done. And you are absolutely right that when you're coming from a country, you have a feeling of just being with your own kind of people, which is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being with your people, but in order to explore more, the reason that we come from our country is to explore more and know the culture. So we should be exploring other cultures and meeting other people. That's how you can grow, because when you stick to something comfortable, you're not coming out of your comfort zone. It's not going to help.
That's not going to help.
I 100% agree with you.
You have to get uncomfortable to grow.
Yes, absolutely.
Growth is uncomfortable.
Absolutely. All right. So dreaming big. All right. That's our next topic. Pursuing education. What role did your education in business management and strategic leadership play in helping you think bigger about your future?
Actually, my education didn't play any role. So education, I think, didn't play any role.
Okay.
I mean, it played a role that I was looking for.
Got a visa.
I got a visa, and then I got a job that I landed in the hotel. And that's the role it played. But dreaming big, I think it's natural to me.
Okay.
If you give me something, I would always think bigger than that. So if you will say, if you give me an idea, then I will already see it, that how will it look like in 10 years time or 20 years time. How can it help more than one person? How can it help if there's a product or service that helps 100 people or 1,000 people or country? I would always think from the very beginning that how will it help the world? So dreaming, like how Donald Trump is one of my idol. I will come on that too, because from childhood, when we are a kid, we will have so many posters in our room of our heroes, of our idols. Or somebody plays cricket, they will have Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, or Ken Williamson. But when we start growing up, start building our career, we forget that. Because we get inspiration from the people that what we want to be like. So I have that. In my office, you will see Jeff Bezos, you will see Mr. Ratan Tata, you will see Donald Trump. So this is where I get my inspiration from, dreaming big. These people were not scared of dreaming big. They always dreamt big in their life and they achieved it. Whatever you can imagine, you can achieve it.
Absolutely. These are some greatest personalities.
So these people give me inspiration to think big, do big, grow big, while having fun in the life.
Awesome.
So while enjoying it.
That's a very well said thing.
Yeah.
And absolutely for all my listeners.
Yeah, we should have it.
Yeah.
All I would suggest that don't forget that childhood idealism, that when we idol our heroes, and we become like them, we behave like them, we grow to be that. If you want to be a cricketer, you will see that some passionate cricketer kid, he will have so many posters in the room. He will even carry the keychains of that cricketer. But as we grow, we get too busy in the hustles and everything, and we forget about it. But it impacts so much. It helps you dreaming big. It helps you that that's where. So I won't be able to get advice from Donald Trump every day. I won't be able to get advice from Jeff Bezos every day, Ratan Tata. But I can get inspiration from the way they think, the way they do their things.
And you can follow their footsteps.
I can follow their footsteps. So there is a saying that if you want to be a guitarist, you want to learn how to play guitar, you will copy the tunes that has already been played by some other singer. You won't make your own tune from day one.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
It's same in everything. We have to start from following the footstep until we start creating our own stuff. So it's all about getting the inspiration from the people that have done it. Try to do what they did. And then one day I will have my own creativity in it. I will learn the guitar now by following the other person's tune. But one day I will play my own tune. But I can't play my own tune from day one.
I got lost into it because that's very well said. That's very deep. And for all the listeners, this is something you should be.
And then we should not be worried to copy. That we should not be like, we want to be ourselves. I want to be me. I want to be my own. I want to have my own tunes on the guitar. But to learn to do it, I need some inspiration. I can copy. I can take the footsteps, how they think.
Exactly.
One day I will think on my own.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Very well done. So your entrepreneurial spirit that you carry with yourself, you have started 3 businesses and now a startup. Now, can you share how dreaming big helped you take those first step into entrepreneurship? And also very curious about your new startup. So please share it with our listeners.
Entrepreneurs, see, there is less than 1% people in the world. They do what they want to do. And those are the real privileged people. I call myself privileged because from childhood I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I'm doing it now. There are less than 1% people in the world, they're doing what exactly they want to do in their life. Otherwise people are doing but they're not, what they really don't want to do, but they are doing it. So I'm privileged in doing that. So and this starting business is natural to me. So there is nothing to do that dreaming big. With that, dreaming big comes in the scenario once I've already started. So I can't start. I can dream big, but I have to start a small step. That I should be very comfortable doing it. So if, for example, my very first business, we had to do, I was 27 or 20, around 27 when I did the very first business. And that was my very first business trip to China, where we had to go and meet the suppliers. So many people say that, oh no, don't go to China, don't go and meet the suppliers, you don't know how to deal with it. But that doesn't mean that I won't do it. There is risk involved, but if I will stay comfortable and doing the comfortable thing, I won't learn. I won't learn how to deal with the suppliers. So that's my learning. I didn't even know in New Zealand how to register a business. So leave alone that I didn't even know what's market fit product, what's market side, what's your value proposition, what's your target customer persona, all those things. I didn't nothing. So I'm actually the same thing, coming back to how my dad said that it's all about taking risk, and then you take risk and then bigger the reward is. It's all about learning. And then it's all about failing, learning, failing, learning, failing, learning. So every failure is a learning that brings you closer to yours. It makes you a better entrepreneur. So dreaming, because I have always dreamt of doing a business.
It was like an inbuilt software in your system.
It's an inbuilt system. But as Jeff Bezos said that you can be a gifted person, but if you don't grown your gift, you can't be talented.
Right.
You can be a gifted cricketer, but if you don't grow on it, you can't
be a creator.
So you can be a gifted mathematician, but if you don't grow it, you don't work on it, you can't be talented. So I think I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I needed that improvement. I needed to learn. I mean, as I said, that our brain can only suggest and think what we read, what we listen, what we watch, and then I need to learn the experiences. That's a journey. So I know that I will achieve that success, but I need to go through the journey as everyone else. So I am dreaming big, but taking small steps right now. What I can do now, I need to do it.
All right. So what's your new startup?
So new startup that I'm working on, we are creating a platform where parents can book their entire family trip way faster than ever, more affordable, and less stress and no hassle.
Okay.
So that's
do you want to give a little bit of insight on that?
So for example, just imagine there's a mother, Sarah. She is 35 years old. She has 2 kids, one 3-year-old, one 6 years old, and then she's planning a 1-week family trip into New Zealand. So now she needs to sort out accommodation for her whole family, including kids. She needs to sort out the things to do, that the activities they will be doing with the kids. She needs to sort out her transport. She needs to sort out that where will be the dining in food, if the kids have any dietary requirements, or even them. Or maybe she will also be looking for a nanny one day if she gets lucky to spend time husband. So she needs to do so much to plan one trip. And then she goes to so many different platforms, booking.com, TripAdvisor, you name it, Google, word of mouth. She will ask other parents. So it's so much. So what we want her, Sarah, to do, just come on our platform and do everything at one place with more peace of mind, with more affordability, faster than ever, and then with less hassle. So they enjoy. So what we want them to do is enjoy more time having fun with the kids and less time planning and organizing your trip.
That's interesting, very interesting. So and then you get everything in one place, because I know, like, for booking.com, it will only be the accommodation. Now they recently started with the car rental, but still there's a lot of other things that's not there included there. Well, when you said this, everything is included in one place.
Like we worked in the hospitality in the hotel. So many parents, they come on the reception and they say that, I am with my kids, what can we do with the kids? And then what do we tell them? We only have very limited knowledge about the things they can do. So they're missing so much in Auckland City, but they're only relying on the receptionist information.
Right. This is
but amazing. They're missing so much else.
That's amazing. Well, and I hope all the things go well for your new startup, and wish you all the luck with this. And I'm sure this is an amazing.
It's amazing. We have already done our testing phases. We have already done 2 testing phases. We are done with that. We have already done the partnership parts with the school. On the testing phase. Now we're raising capital. So we want to bring it to next level. So I've already started getting in touch with investors this year. But now New Year, that will be more on the beginning of New Year will be capital raising, and then we can build that platform.
Perfect. Awesome. All the best with everything that you're trying to do with this new startup, and I hope it all goes well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead with our podcast, and now I want our listeners who are spending so much of time watching us, it's a real effort to stay tuned on YouTube and watch the entire video. So first of all, thank you to them. But I want them to go from here with some sort of inspiring, or like some sort of message that stays with them forever. All right. So for someone listening to, who might feel stuck or limited in their lives, in their circumstances, what one thing would you like them to take away from your story?
I think we can feel sometimes, naturally we can feel that we are stuck somewhere, but that's the process that we are going through. It's all about how patient we are, and how what's the drive to do that thing. That if we are patient enough to get through that stuck phase. We all get stuck. We feel like we are stuck, but basically we are in that phase where it's not that some people are going through. I think it's the life is in the patterns basically. So everybody goes through a certain pattern, and then we all get stuck. at some stage in our life.
Yeah.
So it's just about going through that.
Yeah.
And then being patient and then keeping that drive going on.
So you say that wherever you are, whatever is your situation, you have to be patient.
Yeah.
Keep working on it.
The things change.
Right.
It will be day or it will be night.
Yeah.
After the day.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
if you guys are listening to this, be patient.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, there's always your time.
Yeah.
Don't let it go.
Yeah, same. Like when we get sick, for example, we feel like, oh, I'm sick now. We feel terrible.
Yeah.
But we don't stay sick forever.
Yeah. Exactly.
We'll recover.
Yeah, we recover.
So it's
we work on it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So what's your future dreams? Like, you're now building an exciting startup. What's your vision for it, and how do you see it making a difference?
So we want, first of all, the vision for that startup is to grow it, bring it globally. So what we want to do is we want to bring the peace of mind to the parents, especially mothers, because once we have kids, life changes.
Of course, I've got to.
So much, and then we get so much busy. If we can even bring 1% more peace to the mother's life, that will make us happy. So we will keep improving that, and then we'll try and bring. And not try and bring, we will always be focused on bringing more and more peace to the parents' life. Let it be traveling, let it be anything else with regards to kids.
Okay.
So if we can make parents' life easier, less hassle, a little bit more peace of mind on anything that we can do. So that's our long term.
Alright, so you guys are mainly working to make life easier for the parents.
Life easier and bring peace of mind, because during my research phase, what we learned is that it's mostly the mothers. Those are always thinking about the kids things. It's not it doesn't mean that the fathers don't care about it, but the mothers are always in that zone that they want to make the things perfect or a better for the kids. And then we want to bring the peace of mind to mothers, also fathers.
Okay, so I want for our listeners, like a final word of inspiration. If you could leave our listeners with one piece of advice to inspire them to dream big and take action, what would you suggest?
I think you just, first of all, start learning more things, reading more books.
Okay.
So recently I read a book it's called Nike Shoe Dog.
Okay.
It's written by the Nike founder, his whole story. So reading books, they open so many curtains for us that, like I said, that nobody was there to lift the curtains for me. So reading books, they lift the curtains for you that I will never be able to meet him in my life. Maybe one day, maybe I will meet him. But as a normal person, we don't get to meet these big people every day. And then in that book, he shared everything from the beginning, how he dreamt of Nike, how old was he, what he did. He took a world trip. He went to Japan, the struggles he faced, even the $10 million company, he's still living in a small house with his wife. And then how he led the team, how he reached to the level where they sold the shares of the company, where he became rich, what he did after he becoming rich. So I read everything in that book that even if I would spend one whole year with him as being his best friend, I won't learn about him. So I think reading book is one of the things that helped me improve dreaming big, because my brain already knows that what does it feel like dreaming big, how can you dream big, what does it look like. So watch whatever videos that whoever you get inspired by, whatever you want to be, whatever you dream big about, what your goals are. If
what
you are
specific sector you want to go
what specific industry you want to be, sector you want to be, you want to be a businessman, you want to be entrepreneur, you want to be singer, cricket. So those people, those books, videos, that will help you lift the curtains, and then you can grow big, and you will automatically dream big, because your brain already learned and functioned that how to dream big.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoyed my podcast interview with little bit of starting up setup over here. Now, if you could just tell the listeners, my viewers, to subscribe to my podcast channel, that would be, how would you like to say it? Like, it should be unique, it needs to be interesting. So please Do it your
So
way.
please subscribe to Fayaz's YouTube channel and plus his social media. And he's working hard to get the people. He's someone that who wants to do the things in his different things in his life, and he's not scared to taking risk and then trying different things, that what's work for him and what's not working for him. And right now he's working hard to bring some good uh, good stuff for you guys that will help you in some ways for his listeners. So follow him, subscribe him to get more videos.
Thank you
To
so
watch
much.
more.
Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to be making more interesting videos in future. We're
I
going to
believe
come up. Yeah, all my struggle is to bring up more interesting stories, inspiring stories like Dave, and bring it to the people who really wanting to do something in their life. And there is never that nothing in the life that can stop you. So keep going, as Dave rightly said. Now, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time in the next video.